Log report. It is the 8th or 6th or something like that. That's the 7th, okay. September 7th, 2022, Wednesday morning. It's 11 after midnight. Couldn't sleep again. We were just Rosemont, California recording. Oh, shit. Cal ISO was warning their residents about the Flex alert several hours ago. If we didn't conserve right then, immediately, they had threatened rolling blackouts and flex alerts and brownouts as well. And California complied. Because looking at the numbers that they were trying to show on their website, it was trying to tell the public and everybody else that there was only so much surge capacity for the energy that they had. And the demand was coming up to the point where it was almost succeeding that. And if they did, we wouldn't have enough energy to go around. So they would have to shut down portions of California, cities across the state. Certain sections of cities would be browned out or blacked out, depending which particular zip code they depend upon, which has got more of the energy usage. And it's not fun going through this kind of crap in the first place. The reason why I'd gotten me a small generator in the first place is usually for a CPAP machine and maybe for a couple of phones, or well, I only got one phone anyway. But I could power up a CPAP machine for maybe 2 or 3 hours of a nap if I had to. And maybe the cell phone at the same time. Two important items in the middle of the night: communications and sleep. The refrigerator I got is an ice box in itself. Certain portions of the refrigerator down below have turned into an ice box, while the rest of the ice box and the above portion of it is still frozen in there. Which means I leave anything else frozen in there, it's going to be turning into a block of ice, including phones, overheated phones. During the daytime, I'm running into that more and more often, apparently. I remember a long time ago that my brother and I had to shove our phones into the freezer, chill them out for about a couple hours. Didn't matter which particular residence we were living in, we still had that issue. Because if it got that hot and the phones really got overheated, we needed to get ice to cool it down. Even blue ice works. These two of them, you sandwich your phone together that way and hope that the moisture don't get into the damn circuitry. And you're really screwed. But we managed to beat the energy crunch. We didn't get the flash. We didn't get the blackouts or the brownouts. Thank God. It's not fun going through those damn things, especially when nature calls them up. Lightning strike hits the damn transformers or power grid or power station itself, and then we got to deal with blackouts for a long while, and then food going spoiler. If the refrigerator was still frozen in the inside, then it would keep the fridge, and you keep the door closed enough, you might be able to maybe overnight keep the food necessary until you get power back on. At least here in California. But after that, no guarantees. I had to give me a couple of igloos to act as somewhat refrigerators. All I had to do is keep the blue ice available and frozen and put them into the chambers whenever I needed to. Especially a couple of years back when I had bed bug invasions and I needed something to use them on. And also, when I was losing power in the refrigerator, we kept keeping things cold, including perishables. It was hard enough trying to keep some stuff in the freezer cold enough, and then trying to keep the rest of the stuff in the igloos. But managed to do that every 12 hours. Just switching the blue ices around and then keeping the stuff refrigerated so I can use it. Everything else, I didn't. So, managed to keep on top of that. Not to mention, I still get the blue ices still frozen like crazy in there, which doesn't give me much room to put anything else in there. But I keep them in there just in case. For the rest of the ice, that's needed. Meanwhile, they're protecting more heat for next month. Actually, next week, actually. We're supposed to be cooling down a little bit because there was a hurricane brought it down to a tropical storm. It was supposed to be coming through the area, but not directly over the states, just in the waters. Usually when we get that kind of action, that kind of stuff flows through into the state where we actually get maybe some rain if we're lucky. If the air is unstable enough and actually produces water that we can actually get, then maybe we can stave off a few things. Usually if it's a cold front coming through instead of a warm front, then we'd get some snow. But during the summertime, all we need is the water right now, but when it's becoming runoff instead of soaking into the ground. It's that bad. With the fires constantly going in the hillsides, they're going to be becoming more and more mudslides, and they're not soaking into the water table. We need plant life. A lot of plant life to hold the liquid into the soil. That way we get an aquifer going. But that's not happening. We're getting more and more fires because our plants are drying out. Trees, shrubs, everything else is drying out. And it's becoming fodder. So stupid humans are either causing it or else we're getting lightning strikes somewhere that are causing that kind of problems. And therefore, we got issues. Boy, do we got issues. So, in the meantime, all we have to do is struggle. Just struggle, period. Now, I called it, and we're going to get a resource war going on. People laughing and joking about that damn thing. I'm not. I'm also not kidding about Corporateville either. Corporateville. I made that terminology up a long while ago, back in the 80s. And I was thinking about the corporations running the world. There was a few sci-fi movies I saw that actually did that. But they didn't call it Corporateville. But they did have the idea of corporations running the planet and everything else. So everybody worked for the corporation. And the corporation was the government of the world. Or governments, especially which particular companies you got. Moon 44 was the one I was basing my nightmare illustration on. Corporations became more bigger than politics. Responsible for getting material to the rest of the colonies in the solar system. But you had another rival company out there trying to stop one. I don't know. It's convoluted. Shit. My compare was in it. Dean Devlin. That was a hell of a movie that they had. Moon 44. Mining moon in the solar system, I guess. But it was still Wondering if the corporations will be taking more and more control over things. We already got enough problems right now as it is, just looking at shit and dealing with the crap we got right now. But the rest of it we got going, that's scary enough. So how are we supposed to be dealing with this? Because I haven't a clue. I haven't got a clue. How are we supposed to be dealing with this? How are we supposed to be managing with this? How are we supposed to living with this? And I haven't got a clue. I really don't. And we're in for it. We're in for it. So besides religion, extremists, corporations trying to run everything at this point over here. What else is going to be going wrong in our nice, lovely world here? Resources drying and dying up. And we're probably going to be going to the Mad Max situation there. The Mad Max situation is with limited nuclear weapons used on a planet where everything else is either radioactive or not. And if it's not, then it's limited survivability in towns that don't have enough resources necessary to protect it. And everything else is going to hell in a handbasket. Your post-apocalyptic movies out there. Post-apocalyptic because of either chemical, biological, or nuclear war. But not the one concerning about sucking up the entire resources to a point where we're going to be fighting over it. We're going to be fighting over a drink of water at this point. I think I talked about this one a while ago. I don't think I've got it posted yet. Well, water is going to be primary. If we don't build evaporators or oxygen replenishers, if we don't develop the technology for that, we're going to be in trouble. We can't get the temperature stabilized, and we're really going to be sucky on that one because the liquids are going to be overflowing the coastlines left and right. We're going to be losing the caps, and without the caps, we're not going to have the air conditioning necessary to regulate the planet. And without enough plant life to even help regulate the planet, not to mention losing plant life in the oceans, which is going to be depleting our oxygen supply left and right, we're really going to be in trouble, aren't we? But people don't care about the next generation. They only care about this particular generation. If they really cared about the future generations long ago, we weren't looking and paying attention to it, that's for sure. When we started up our Industrial Revolution, we started up something that we didn't realize what the hell was going on. We didn't realize the Earth was already balanced enough as it is. But every so often that there would be volcanic eruptions spewing off gases and ashes and flying through the air that would be covering half the planet, depending upon how much material was coming out of the Earth and which particular volcano was big enough to handle that kind of monstrosity. And it would either cool off the Earth or heat it up. Now, with our gases that we're using right now with all of our resources, more carbon monoxide and more carbon dioxide, we're effectively making a Venus-like condition. We're going to be terraforming. We've got to terraform our own damn planet, that's for sure. We've got to test it out ourselves. Before we can do terraforming on other planets, we got to fix our own damn thing. Because right now, we are in for it. I hate to say it, but that's how it is. So I don't know what else we're going to be doing or saying at this point. And our consumerism is going to be consuming us to the point where we're not going to have the raw materials necessary. We're going to be recycling everything. And even recycling is going to be having an issue. Oh, I'm full of good news tonight, aren't I? That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm forecasting. It's not a good picture. It's not a good thing to deal with. Because how are we supposed to be dealing with this? Is somebody going to be telling me how the hell we're going to be dealing with this shit? Because I sure as hell don't know. I don't know. But I'm supposed to know. I'm supposed to care about this kind of crap? Yes, I do. But shit, I don't know what the hell to do at this point over here to fix the damn problem in the first place and have everybody else, be happy about it. Because unfortunately, I'm not the only schmuck living here. They got about billions and billions of schmucks living in this planet. And each have got their own damn agenda. And we're so screwed up right now that we're not even thinking straight, doing things straight. But we just argue and argue until the place gets to the point where Collapse City, here he comes. The thing is, what I'm going to be going crazy over is seeing the bills. Yes, you got to pay for bills. Are going to be coming up. The energy bills are going to be even way worse than the last bill. And I got to do partial payments for the next 3 or 4 months until I get things stabilized, hopefully. We'll see what happens. I'm not liking it. Meanwhile, all this damn crap happening. This week I got to clean up this place. At least 2 or 3 days worth of cleanup. With or without help, doesn't matter. I got to get it going. Orkin's coming in Monday. I got Paul Gifford coming in Saturday, theoretically. When Orkin gets over here, and it's going to be a hot one during that day, I'm going to need at least a couple hours just to stay at a place, chill out with a little girl, and then we'll see what happens. And I'm not looking forward to it either. Of course, I could do it here, but I don't have any air conditioning in the community room. I don't have any friends that are going to be hosting me for a little while because I haven't been in those places. I mean, I could try Lamar's place, but I haven't tried it with Little Girl, though. Jake has dealt with Little Girl before. So is Tina, so is the kids, and Little Girl's not happy with him either. If I had the money for it, I'd be renting an apartment, actually a motel room, but I can't do that either. I don't know. So what happens? We'll see what happens. After the place gets bug bombed, then the air conditioner unit's got to be cleaning things out, and I got to get all the masks I got and filters out of here before that happens. So if I happen to go back in here again with goggles and mask, at least I'll have an opportunity and a chance to see if I can get this place cleaned out enough. All the food items got to be covered up, bagged up, boxed up. Well, boxed up, then bagged up. Boxes I need. The irony thing is, concerning about the damn boxes, they would hide and conceal the damn bugs, and that's why I needed to get rid of them. But I'm going to need those damn things back because I'm going to be needing them to store food in them. So I got to scrape up what I've got left over and scrape up all the damn bags I've got and work with what I've got. I mean, I'm throwing this shit out right now as it is. Planning it out at midnight because my brain's already starting to go mush. But I need to deal with this shit. I'm not liking it. And right now, I gotta deal with what I got. I do. Not liking it, but I gotta deal with it. So, what am I doing now? I fucking don't know. I wasn't keeping up with the Joneses. I wasn't keeping up with anything else. Except with the Cal ISO crap going on. With the energy shit. So, concerning about politics, I'm like, fuck it. Tonight. I'm not dealing with the damn crap. They got fires going on in Hemet. They got fires going on in Big Bear. They got fires going on in all over damn California. Shit. We can't even keep ourselves. And not to mention, we got a hurricane coming up on the Mexican peninsula. Coming up north. It'll be depowered by the time he gets over here. We won't get a damn shit over here. And damn it, I hate this shit. 917 acres. Some containment in Big Bear. Not much. Try this one. LA Unified got cyber attacked. Teachers didn't know how to do the lesson plans without the damn computer. Yeah, I'm laughing about that damn shit because before they had the computers going on, they had to do the lesson plans out of here and put them on pieces of paper and then muddle through it. These damn bastards are getting more lazier than shit. So that's gonna be something, isn't it? And we got a watering ban for 2 weeks going on in LA. For a lot of LA residents that they're in different water zones, they're either going to get nailed by it or they're not going to get nailed by it. But they're estimating at least 4 million LA residents are going without water, actually without watering their lawns for 2 weeks. I guess we're losing water. We don't have enough water. So, after that, I don't know. I'll try this one. There was a news reporter, a news anchor, back east somewhere, and she was having problems speaking and looking at visual cues. Apparently, she was suffering through what they call the beginnings of a stroke. Apparently, she had some trans-ischemic attacks going on, affected vision, affected speech. And they had to switch to different people over here to get her off the screen, to get her some help. She seems to be doing okay, but she's not going back on the air just yet until I actually clear her. So, yeah, a lot of shit happening these days. In politics, it's getting uglier and uglier. That's the only other thing I gotta say. Right now it's 12:35. Let me get back to bed. Let me see if this damn thing will work.